Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Took the lead.
Hello and welcome to episode 139 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Mitch. That's it. Good night, everybody.
Good show. Good show. Want to wish Mitch a belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
21, everybody.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Daddy can drink.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what beer I'm going to have first.
Bush.
Rumor has it after a few it starts sounding like that.
Yes, I guess. That's been one I don't like too much.
Really?
My dad, he always drinks that.
It's
all right.
It's not bad. It's a good starter beer. Like if you really aren't a fan of the flavor, you get started with that one.
Yeah.
As far as the, if you're going to want to have a good night and quickly, it's not going to be a beer that's going to do that for you. As I like to say, all of the flavor, none of the hair. So.
I like it ice cold.
Yeah.
I'm really sensitive with my beers.
You like a cold bush?
Yes, I like a cold bush. Yes. Bush.
Their 70s commercials were great too.
I don't.
Like they had, oh my god, you gotta YouTube them. So
that's where it came from, because there's this dude I follow now. I don't know his name, but he's a Midwestern guy.
Yeah.
He started like a podcast and stuff.
Oh, sure.
Really funny guy.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, they do that every start of their show, and they kind of open a can and go, bush.
Yeah, no, it was, it was every little innuendo you could think of. It had like a woman opening a can.
I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah,
especially
like
for the 70s.
Oh, yeah, and the guy, he goes, open up a can of bush. And the lady, like, opens it up, and keep in mind, this guy's got a real deep, dark, berry white voice, you know.
Open it up.
Open up a can of bush.
Get some bush.
Taste the Rockies.
Taste the Rockies. Well, speaking of taste,
yes,
we have some news. Very brief. There's not much to get into because it just was announced. But Ant-Man 3's happening.
Yes. That leaves a good taste in my mouth.
Yes,
so,
it does.
Yeah.
It does. Yes, I like those movies.
That was the first movie because I think I was feeling what a lot of people were feeling. Marvel fatigue, yes, and that movie came out, and it made me feel like I was watching Iron Man for the first time again, just with the fun and the humor, and it was a perfect timing for that movie to come in because it just rejuvenated everything to me about Marvel.
It was like a comedic Iron Man.
Yeah,
like everything just flowed right.
Like it just jump started everything because I felt like we were kind of getting stagnant. You had Thor coming out, you had Captain America, Winter Soldier. That's not a bad movie. The Captain America movies have never been bad
because it adapted the 70s like thriller.
Right.
Whatever.
It kind of felt like it was just purely a comedical, fun action flick.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, that's for sure, and it had a lot of production hurdles. You had Edgar Wright. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
He dropped out. Creative differences, but Paul Rudd was great casting for that movie, and he even helped write the first one, I think.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And the second one, he had more to do with.
Paul Rudd is just an amazingly funny guy.
Great. Halloween, I don't know if you saw the photos, but he was dressed up as Weird Al.
Like of all things, his daughter goes as the Wasp.
Yeah.
And you have Ant-Man right next to you, but he decides to go as Weird Al.
It's so cool though. He's from Overland Park, Kansas. Like that's like 3 hours away.
I know.
And he still, I think, goes back and he's proud to be where he's from.
The guy doesn't look like he's aged a bit.
No, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of
like people hate on him for being a boring vanilla dude or looking like it, but he's got to have one of the best senses of humor. When he goes and he plays that clip of Mac and Me for like 15 years on Conan. I bust up every time that comes up in YouTube as a clip. You know, it's like 6 minutes, and you're like, oh, that's a long time, but then you're laughing at the end.
He's just multi-talented. Like, he started out as just an actor, I think, and he's in an old Game Boy commercial or something.
Oh, that's right.
Nintendo.
Yes. Yeah.
And he was in Clueless, and then he was in Friends for a little bit. But yeah.
Don't forget he was an Anchorman.
Right, and I think that's what kickstarted this awareness of his improv talent.
Yeah.
It's very...
Well, he's got a quick wit.
Yeah. Even the outtakes and all the both Anchorman films are hilarious that he comes up with. And I think he named some of those colognes or something.
Sex Panther by Odeon.
God. Hilarious. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy they're going to get a third installment. I mean, that's the one thing you can say that's nice about these Marvel films is even if you don't get a sequel, like, let's say, to Iron Man, another sequel, you kind of have gotten follow-ups. You have gotten follow-ups throughout the other appearances. And this will be his 5th appearance. And so we've already been gifted a lot of...
we're going to have a long break now from... longer than normal from Marvel movies.
It'll seem long, but in the end it'll be like a year. Black Widow will be out.
What movie's kicking off the new...
Black Widow is.
Black Widow movie? Okay.
That's the only one that's in production and I think has finished filming. So that will be out. And Eternals might be happening right now.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll start kicking them out again.
Still not fanning that Angelina Jolie's in the Marvel movie.
Well, if they utilize her, I'm all for it. But yeah.
I feel like she's one of those actresses that's just over the top. I don't know why she rubs me the wrong way.
I think she just kind of snobbery a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Winning an award and all that. Maybe. I don't know.
I have no
hard one to read.
I have no reason at all to dislike her yet. For some reason, she just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain movies that I think that she's been extremely good in, but
Hackers. I love her Hackers.
Have you seen the movie 9 Lives? She's in that. She's a detective. Ethan Hawke's in it.
I've seen the Bone Collector.
Great movie. I thought Gone in 60 Seconds, where she was in that, was great. But I never liked the Laura Croft movies, and I never liked...
they don't hold up well either.
No.
They really don't.
No, and
I like the first one.
I think the only reason why she got that role is because she has an extremely nice body.
Really? I didn't notice. Says Brad Pitt.
Well, and...
You jumped Jennifer Aniston for her? Like, man, what?
I mean, you know.
Well,
you went from a lady that seems a little bit more, hey, maybe I could meet her parents and they meet mine, to a lady that you would, I'm dating her and that's
might have
all
brother
you're
tags along.
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah. But yeah, no. What was that, Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
That movie was almost awesome. It was just missing something.
Yeah,
I can't figure out what the hell
like
it was.
One of the scenes I liked a lot, it utilized CG, I think, pretty well, and I haven't seen it for a while, but it's like when they first realized they're both spies on the opposite team.
Yeah.
And she gets... I think he gets in the car with her.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the back, and she, jumps out.
Yeah.
And then as the car's driving away by itself, going into, off the cliff or whatever, he's in the back, screaming at her. And the car, jumps.
Yeah.
And you see him, in the back. And, little moments like that where, it was...
That was the movie, though, however, that did break up Jennifer Aniston.
Yep.
And you heard why, right?
Just on-set chemistry was so...
Yeah, well, she's a flirt, and I think it was just, Brad Pitt, he was at the heyday of his career.
Both good-looking people.
Both extremely good-looking people.
Yeah.
And...
share the same hairbrush.
Yeah, and apparently that scene where they're first meeting up for the first time, the kind of the behind how they met and all that stuff, when they're under the covers, normally you wear clothing, even if you're an actor or an actress and all that stuff, and apparently she decided to go...
Ooh.
Yeah. Steamy. So it surprised him.
She's very comfortable with her body. She did that
she
HBO
is.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was every everything. Even Hackers, which was PG-13.
Yeah.
There's like 2 reveals.
Yes.
In that movie. I'm like, wow, this is a PG-13.
Way more male nipple than female.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you go look at her Hackers.
Remember,
Yes,
we had a male nipple
count for that movie. Not just for her, but for the men. Hackers commentary is out there on YouTube, and
that is a really good episode, by the way.
It was.
Yeah.
That was fun. We gotta do more of those commentaries.
We do.
We will definitely.
Same with Green Lantern, though. That was a really good one.
Yes.
And it's funny enough, even after we did that riff track, I went out and actually bought the movie.
Yeah.
It was good memories.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's another movie that's missing something.
Yeah.
I think it had some potential, and
Steve was right though. Man, it opened up really good. The the outer space stuff was great. There were just a couple of things that just made it feel like either they were done in post-production, like they wanted to refilm something, or they just didn't have the right direction, or whatever the case may have been. But
right.
I don't know. It may be something where technology hasn't caught up to what they were trying to do, and so that's why the movie took a huge
full
hit.
CG suit was. It was kind of cool, but the mask really did not work for its time.
No.
But that was clear back in 2011, perhaps.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that. I thought
2011.
Really?
So yeah. Well, speaking of years, looks like this new Ant-Man film won't go into production until late 2020 or early 2021. So we'll get it in 2022, which is crazy because we're still in 2019.
Right.
It feels like forever.
Yeah, it seems like a movie nowadays has about a 3-year turn time.
Yeah.
And really a lot of that is, okay, are we making the movie? Yes. That seems to suck up 6 months. Then you've got to write it. That takes another 6 months, maybe to a year to approve. Filming is maybe about 3 months. How do they do that? Because you got to build the sets, you got to do all this stuff, and
CG
blue screen.
helps a lot. Like post-production,
right?
Like a lot of that comes in, and they do reshoots, which I guess has always been common, but we just know that now from the headline ones that drastically change a movie.
Right, and then post-production, which is cutting it all together, adding CGI.
Yes.
It's about a 3-year turn time.
Well, and it's Ant-Man, so he's got to shrink, get huge, and so far they pulled that off pretty well. I did like.
They've done a really good job. Yeah.
You liked the follow-up, didn't you?
Oh man, I loved it. I got it.
It was a nice break from the drama that.
It just brought it.
Was,
it brought it back down to a more lighthearted level.
And he saved the day for Endgame. He brought them the whole time travel idea, and I think that's definitely something they can play with. And now, we won't have a young girl playing his daughter anymore. You'll have.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I feel bad for the little girl though. It's like she's a good actress,
Oh, she was a cutie. Yeah.
Sucks. Maybe
I know.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, they could.
After being alone though, that wouldn't work. That would be sad.
No, there's going to have to be. I know that everything ended well at the end of Endgame, but I'm 100% guessing here, but I'm sure that there's going to be some turmoil between the dad and the daughter just for being gone for so long.
Well, he's not used to her
new
being an adult.
Yeah, or more age appropriate. Yeah, so there might be some comedic humor there. Yeah.
Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Right, or you don't know what happened in the last 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting how they juggle that. And being Marvel, I'm not trying to dig at them, but sometimes they don't go there. They might shy away from it. What does bother me is though when everyone reappeared. If you think about it, there had to be thousands or maybe 1 million fatalities.
Oh yeah.
What if you're in an airplane and you disappeared? Does that mean you reappear in the sky?
Well, that all that stuff poses a question.
Did you see Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What was this?
Far From Home?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So when they reappeared, they reappeared where they were. So band members were right in the middle of a basketball game. So that's worse thinking about all those other people who were
in the air. Yeah.
Or it may be in a building that's not there anymore, or a building that is. Do they get encased into concrete? It's
right.
It's never going to be explored, but you can't help but think that. And I know it's just
here's the weirdest thing to me though.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that, and everybody's minds go there in that horrible aspect, but the thing that gets me is, okay, say your significant other disappeared, so you moved on.
Right.
And you had kids.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she reappears.
It's a soap opera element.
I mean, that's what mind F's me more
My
than
two
anything.
wives.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, honey, I thought you were dead forever.
Yeah.
Want to come live with us?
Far from home situation
Yeah.
where the teacher, they thought his wife was dead. She
Right.
faked her death. Left him. It's like, yeah, we had a funeral for her and everything.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
like, damn, that's terrible.
that's the thing that gets me more than people reappearing in the middle of the air. I mean,
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, like, yeah, this was my house. Well, I bought it, I'm sorry.
yeah, sorry.
Where's my dog?
Yeah. You didn't save my job?
There's never gonna, yeah. You didn't file FMLA.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, there's never going to be a movie that tackles that, and that's probably
No.
a good reason, because it would be very depressing.
They should though.
Yeah.
Like just, like an offshoot movie.
I'm sure they could explore some things. Marvel, they're going to make a lot of money off all these future movies, and of course Ant-Man 3, I hope makes a good profit for them. I wonder if they'll do like a Thor Ragnarok approach, where it's kind of go all in, because it's probably their last solo movie.
Oh yeah. No,
sure.
it's well, I mean, if what was it, Lord of the Rings? They did an epilogue, or what was that book where they kind of like do the backstory of certain things that were told in Lord of the Rings.
Are you talking about Hobbit?
The Sumerian, I think it was called.
Okay, yeah.
Marvel should do something like that for After the Snap. Just like,
Yeah.
just a normal family fun movie, and then all of a sudden, bloop.
Like Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah, like an offshoot
Well,
story.
Disney owns them, and they own Swiss Family, so
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
that would be kind of
Yeah.
that'd be nuts if they try to connect that.
Or the Gilligan's Island or something like that.
Gosh, that's a movie.
The doctor disappears and he's the only one left, so Gilligan's the one running the show now.
Kings of Comedy, I think it was D.L. Hughley. He said they can make a radio out of a coconut, but they can never fix the hole in the boat.
Yeah. The oh my god, it's crazy. There was this comedian that his famous one-liner was all they had to do was kill Gilligan.
Really?
Yeah. So I remember there was this kid that we used to go to school with, Nick Ransom. I don't know if he listens to this or whatever, but he used to have the T-shirt that says all they had to do was kill Gilligan, and it had the island, right, and the boat driving off with the little sign that said R.I.P. Gilligan on it. It was great.
Oh, Gilligan.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, they made like 2 follow-up films to that show, TV movies.
Yeah.
They got back to the island. They got off the island. They went back on, and then they were trapped again. They're like 20 years older or something.
Nah. You live, you learn, you get.
Maybe
movies.
that'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See that, but- well, I should tell everybody.
Yes.
If you're a Verizon customer, unlimited data, you're
Yes.
getting Disney Plus for free.
So how does that work? Does that mean you still have to have a Disney account?
I think I'm going to talk to them, because I definitely want to get on there as soon as possible, because I want to see The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's really great. Also, there the content, of course, but I think if you're given a code and you just maybe get the app, put that code in, and it'll recognize you in a free year.
That would work.
Yeah.
I know we already, before they even announced that, we already talked to another couple that we're friends with and said, hey, do you want to split the cost of a Disney membership? Sure. And then we were like, okay, do you want Disney Plus too? Yeah. And so we're paying like $3 a month, I think, because it's what, $6.99 or something.
Yeah.
It's like $3 and some
Once you
change.
get the bundle pack,
Yeah.
it's like, it's still reasonable.
Yeah. So anyway, we ended up doing that, so we're getting it for like half price.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know some companies are like, I think they're trying to restrict how many devices can share an account, which is stupid, but I guess I understand. But yeah, I mean, anymore, it's like, it's kind of like, just share the wealth, maybe a bit hippies about it. I mean, we're paying, but...
Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if we said, hey, can we borrow your account number?
Right.
It's another thing to help pay.
Right, yeah.
But I think the problem is that when you jack up these things like HBO, $15, then you start getting into the, well, do we really need it, or can I borrow it from the phone thing?
It's just getting...
The price point is what drives it.
The idea of streaming is starting to get really fatigued, I think, just because everybody wants their own service now. And luckily, with the HBO Max, it's Warner Media that owns HBO, and I think they own Blue Line and some other companies. So they're all in on this. So that definitely makes sense. Like, to I'll pay for that. So I get this whole catalog versus and I guess most of these companies are owned by food streaming companies like NBC, Universal, I think, because they're going to have their own streaming, which is a big deal. They're taking The Office off Netflix and throwing it onto their service, and then I think they're going to do a reboot, refresh series of The Office.
I'm sorry, here's the deal. Netflix, or not Netflix, NBC doesn't have enough content for me to go, wow, I better sign up. I can go buy The Office, all the seasons on Amazon for $50. I don't need to pay, whatever they want. NBC is not that good. The only thing NBC has is The Blacklist, which is an amazing show. They had The Office. They also had Parks and Rec. Those are gone now. Law & Order SVU, I haven't watched in ages, but I used to like it when it was Stabler and the other lady.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that's
not watching.
Yeah. SNL has gone down the crapper.
I like it. I mean, it's a hit and miss, but
when they're not doing political jokes, it's hilarious. But when they go political, it's just like, oh, you're taking the easy route out of comedy.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, that's the thing, like Parks and Rec and all those are on Netflix. Basically, they'll just strip away every...
It seems like what they're trying, like every streaming company's trying to do is go after Netflix.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Well,
I mean, Disney went after Netflix and now has their own streaming. HBO had their own thing, but now they're trying to kind of go after, because they're getting all the episodes of The Simpsons, all Disney content, National Geographic.
Yeah.
Hulu, they're competing with Hulu more. I will say this though, the cool thing is if you have HBO Now currently, you will be grandfathered into HBO Max.
That's awesome.
So if you're paying the $14.99, whatever it is now, no need to worry, you already automatically have it when it rolls out. I don't envision that ever changing, just because I don't think they want to lose subscribers in any way, shape, or form.
Right. So I wonder if new subscribers, they probably would be subjected to that, will they?
I don't know. I thought it was just kind of when they were calling it HBO Max, like it was just a rebranding that they were going to do.
Right.
I don't know, because it sounds like they're really adding some good content. Like the Game of Thrones is going to switch over to HBO Max. They're going to have some original content over in HBO Max. There's going to be a Green Lantern series over there, which is going to be great. There's a lot of good things coming to HBO, and it's very interesting because it used to be, okay, is Showtime better or is HBO? Cinemax was always good for the adult content at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Thank you. My younger self, thank you.
Oh my God, there's so many funny movies.
You remember when you used to try to burn out the filter on your cable box?
No.
Oh God. So they put these little diodes into your cable box, like an amplifier. It wasn't an amplifier. It was just a filter, but it was a mechanical piece. So if you kept that channel on that was supposed to be blocked for too long, it would burn out the filter. And unless you had a maintenance call or a reason for them to come out, all of a sudden you got that channel for free. So it was always a progression of what did I see in that snowy screen to all of a sudden I have it now, which was great until they digitized everything.
That's what happened when I lived with my parents.
Yeah.
My stepdad was obsessed with getting things just right.
Yeah.
And he had them come out so many times. And one time, after they came out, I noticed we had HBO. I think we had Showtime.
Yeah.
And Stars, maybe. We had all these channels, and I thought it was a preview event.
Yeah.
But when it didn't stop after a week or so, I was like, oh shit, they didn't put the filters back in or something. And I think my stepdad still wanted to call them, and I told my mom, no, we have these channels, let's not ruin this. And so they didn't call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a couple years we had these channels for free.
That's sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Well, and everybody had their own unique take on how to burn out the filter or how to remove it from the box.
About that. Yeah, I probably like to people myself.
Well, it was so stupid. It's stupid simple.
I mean, boobies.
Yeah. Well, now broadband cable is basically a feed of the same thing. So it pushes through two types of media, visual and data type driven media, and so you can basically take a splitter if you have broadband internet or that extreme internet by Mediacom, split it off, put it into your TV. You've got basic cable. Then you could split it off, put it into your router, and then you have internet, if that's what you bought the internet for in the first place. So a lot of college folks in Iowa City were doing that because all it was broadband speed is also carrying basic cable.
Yeah.
And as long as you never got found out or they never did a ping or anything, you're golden.
That's why you made friends with the engineer department.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in for a party.
Yeah, and the splitter's like
Did you take a look at this?
$15. Yeah. They're stupid simple.
I'll do it for a beer. It's sold. Here you go.
want some Bush?
Don't crack it open while you're in the box. There probably was an incident that happened.
Yeah, right.
Drunk ass engineer. Yeah, I got it. R.I.P. Yeah, the Green Lantern series. That's exciting. That's something I think will get a lot of people on board. It's very early stages, but
yeah, and I only know that because Steve was talking about it when we were talking earlier this week. Maybe he'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested to get his take because he's a very big
all
Green
people.
Lantern fan.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to, he didn't cry, but if you want to listen to Steve, a big fan of Green Lantern, we did watch it as part of one of our commentaries we did. It was really entertaining.
Yeah, Steve, of all people, had the most fun with it, I think.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And we speculated back then, like, oh, who would you cast as this? You know, because they're attempting to redo it again with the DCE, whatever that was called. And we did get the Green Lantern in Justice League, so. And supposedly we were supposed to get more.
Yeah.
There was going to be a Justice League 4 movie. I don't think. People wonder if that's going to happen now.
The Green Lantern 4? Yeah.
This HBO thing.
Well, it was supposed to happen in 2020, but by now I'm kind of thinking it's dead and done.
Well, I mean, unless they use, like, these series will have a film budget. Like The Mandalorian, look at that. That looks like you can see that in the theater and stuff.
Yeah, everything Disney Plus is supposed to be having some sort of a budget close to, if not more than.
It might be a great
most
thing.
Movies. Yeah.
A jump off point, like if this Green Lantern series is really received well, and there's a certain character they like more than the other, or the whole thing, they could easily, okay, let's make a film off this. Keep the series going, but we're going to make a film, kind of like a filler, if you will. But like, it's actually a big film that will be in theaters. You already have an idea who's going to see it, who's going to tune in to see it. So I think that's
my problem is, and I'm still upset at Disney. They should have jumped at the gun to buy Spider-Man back. They only wanted $10 billion. I know that sounds like a lot of money.
I think the time they should have done that was before they made Venom. Sony made Venom.
Yeah.
If Venom would have tanked, then I think they would have a chance now. But given that, I think if they sell...
They're making a second Venom right now.
Yes. I think if they sell Spider-Man rights, Venom goes with it. And they're not going to do that right now because they're trying to build their whole...
Well, what they were trying to do is get Spider-Man into the Venom arc.
Right.
Which
legally they can't. They just can't really use the MCU Spider-Man. Like, it's going to have to be... It can probably still be Tom Holland, but it can't have all the Disney toys with it.
Yeah.
Which, that whole thing's really...
It's very convoluted.
It is.
Should be 50-50.
And this whole fighting with both of them, like, that could have just all been stuff. We really don't know. I think anymore. I think the creators in power are now realizing, like, okay, everyone is... trying to know what's going down for real, but we can easily mislead these people. We don't owe these people to tell them the truth.
No.
We really don't. We're here to entertain them. So if us telling a lie here and there diverts them into really knowing what's going on, then we're going to do that. Like, for instance, Ewan McGregor knew years in advance they were going to do this Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
And he kept it a secret.
Well, that's good.
People would ask him. And
he's a classy guy, though.
Well, yeah, but I think they also were like, we're not going to pay you if you, that's part of your contract. But, he kept that secret for a long time. And you know, he was asked probably countless times, "Oh, you're going to do it again?" And he had to like tell him, "Oh, I really hope so." You know, knowing like, yeah, we are going to do it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was spread like wildfire, and I don't think it would have been as exciting as it is now.
Right.
I think, you know, given the time.
There's a lot of great things coming, and it's really exciting, I'm sure, for you, and especially for me. I mean, HBO Max is starting to get into the, okay, we're going to be a legitimate player in the internet media world. And then Disney comes out and does what Disney does and just owns it again.
Right. And
you
they
know?
have the advantage of coming out before.
Right.
Official Max comes out in May, and Plus is due out the 12th this
November,
month.
yeah.
It's going to be so exciting. I'm really, I don't know if I'll get HBO Max. Maybe I will. I have DC Universe, and that's the question I've posed with Joey. He doesn't think nothing's going to happen with DC Universe.
I think
seem like it's doing too well.
No, and I envision that DC will probably die out here. It's holding on. If signs that the Green Lantern are going to be over at HBO Max, my guess is that if DC streaming service fizzles out, that's where it's going to go.
Right. Yeah, babe. You're okay. You're okay.
What's up?
Yeah, it's just you, honey.
You're fine.
Go up and chill, okay? But you have to be super quiet. You can't watch any videos. We'll pick it up. Okay. Be very quiet. Hey, can you shut that door for us? Thank you. No, you're right. Use that. Pull that thing out.
Push down.
Like go to the bottom. There you go.
Yeah.
Pull that, and then you can grab that coaster-looking thing and push it. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, you know, these streaming services. Yeah, there's a lot of them coming. Fruition, but you know, it's still different than cable and better. I think you get to choose what you want. You don't get all this crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess yes. If you don't like National Geographic, you're gonna get it whether you like it or not.
I never had any issues with.
But you can select it though. It's not like it's a running.
Yeah.
But you know,
we attempted to try that Curiosity stream because I'm a big like history buff and stuff. There wasn't enough content to make it very interesting, and it seems like Netflix has a better grasp on history documentaries.
Sure.
So it's unfortunate because the programs that they did have on there were decent, but it just nothing that really was.
That's what's nice though about these services. If you don't like them, you can just not really, unless you pay for a whole year, you can get out anytime.
But I think it was only like $7 a month or something like that.
Really?
It wasn't bad. And that was for HD, so. No, and I mean, I think it would be Curiosity Stream would probably be better for school-related purposes.
Right.
Just based on some of the information that was in there, but it wasn't anything good.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're definitely gonna have some of these services put or maybe they'll go, like you said, schools maybe will utilize like educational type ones, which I think that's a great idea. Especially kids after school, you know, when they want to watch stupid shit, you say, no, watch this instead. You're gonna learn some stuff.
Well, and I just heard the PlayStation's TV is going away. Yeah. The one thing that interests me though is that it seems to be you're either a fan of YouTube TV or you're a fan of Hulu Live.
Oh, see, I don't have either.
And those two things are like, and Sling is not even really a question anymore. It's just kind of like, dude, either get DirecTV or Dish.
Yeah.
You know?
The one thing I miss about all these streaming services is like, you know, back in the day, when something was on TV, everyone would watch it.
Right.
You could talk about the next day. Now it's like people can binge on series.
Like, don't spoil it.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Some shows release weekly. Yeah, you're right. Like, if you really don't want to be spoiled, you better jump on it right away and basically burn out your whole day.
Yeah.
You're going to hear spoilers, unfortunately.
But, I mean, at this point, Allie and I are very much probably your typical user now, and we don't watch it when it airs, and that probably hurts ratings. More than likely it does. and then we wait until the whole season comes on.
Sure.
And we'll binge it all.
Yeah.
And that's just because we don't have that kind of time to devote. Okay, I have to be off this night for work.
Which I think again is why we have streaming now more than, because I don't hardly ever watch network television.
Like, shouldn't the ratings also reflect the viewership on these streaming services? Because if that was the case, my God, what would The Office be at right now? I mean, it's still at my rating.
I think they clock it in, like, if you watch it more than 5 minutes or so, I think, then they count that as a rating.
Even if it's streaming?
I think so. Yeah, like how many hits, how many plays. Yeah, I think it does.
Because my God, The Office would still be fairly close to the top, I would think.
Well, which is probably why they have that auto feature.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Well,
until it says, "Are you still there?" and then.
That was so dumb. I'm so mad that they added that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I only like it when I'm binging, but I get it. It's like you get up to leave after the show's over, and then you come back and it's like already started the next show. Like, I didn't want to watch this next show yet, and what the hell is this?
Add it as an option, like you either are wanting that or not wanting.
I wonder if you can turn it off, because you can go into settings. There's all these workarounds you can.
Yeah,
I tried. I never really cared to go into it.
The only reason why I tried is because if I'm busy doing something, I want that background sound.
Sure.
And then I have to stop what I'm doing. I have to go back, click yes, and then start what I'm doing again.
Right.
Now, if I'm going to sleep or something like that, I don't want to zoom through a whole bunch of episodes and then figure out where I ended off at. I'll turn it back on. But
yeah.
That's just me being picky.
No, yeah, I totally understand that. I know you're a Game of Thrones fan.
Yes.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not. I haven't seen it. I'm like probably the one person that hasn't seen it, but they had this prequel series in the works that took place 1,000 years before the current series, and starring Naomi Watts. And they filmed a pilot, and apparently HBO did not like it, and they have canceled that series. But there is still another prequel in the works.
Yeah, that's going to be over on HBO Max, right?
I don't know, actually.
Because I had heard that Game of Thrones is moving over to HBO Max.
Unless it's repeats of the original, I think.
Yeah, I think everything.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan, I'm sure you'll get either or if you get HBO now. Congratulations.
Yeah, you're automatically in. Yeah.
Don't hold your breath. You gotta wait till May, but it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this sequel or this prequel show that's still in effect has gotten a 10-episode order, and it takes place 300 years before the current show, and it's the Targaryen Civil War. So I don't know if they got Ken Burns on board for this, but that would be really cool. That's a term.
Well, I was trying to figure out how they'd be able to do this. They could use stills from the photos and like zoom in. Yeah, I don't know.
Has Ken Burns ever done that? Something just
as a joke?
Fictitious. Like, have you ever seen the ESPN special on Rocky IV? And they treat it like, Rocky had that big speech in Russia.
Oh,
they treat
nice.
it like it actually happened.
Legit, yeah.
It's so funny. It's so funny. But Ken Burns probably would not do that.
No, Ken Burns documentaries are amazing.
That'd be very entertaining.
Yeah.
But, anyway, George R.R. Martin is involved with this prequel series. I believe he's producing it. It's based on his companion book, Fire and Blood.
Ooh.
So, yeah, there you go. He's still fighting the end to his original story of Game of Thrones, which HBO had to move past because they wanted them to keep going with shows.
I mean, you can't wait like 5 years.
Gosh,
yeah.
What pressure that would be for a writer? Like, hey, you can have writer's block probably, but guess what? We're in production.
Yeah, we're blowing past you. I mean, yeah.
Just get it done.
I mean, from that standpoint now, what do you even do? Do you continue on with your story that you freshly put in your mind?
That's the thing.
Or do you let the show now dictate how you're going to write your book?
Right, yeah, like...
Because, I mean, he stopped off, at the third season or fourth season?
Don't recall, but yeah, I think they've gone a couple without his actual writing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, because once they did that, it became their actual original content. So he probably can't use anything they explored for his
right.
I don't know how that works. That's gotta be really. Yeah, like, you think you watched the? Well, you did probably watch.
I'm sure he either enjoyed it.
That's gonna affect your writing,
right?
Way. It's like you can't turn that off. It's like,
or a character he didn't want to die actually died in the movie or the show, but he won't kill him in the book or something.
It's It's like comedians go through the same, some of them anyway, like they can't see other comedians perform because they'll accidentally steal a joke or something, you know what I mean?
Like Amy Schumer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Carlos Mencia?
Yeah, oh gosh, Joe Rogan kicked his ass.
Oh god, that was fun though.
What a brave man to go up there on stage.
But that's Joe Rogan though. The dude has big D energy, you know?
Yeah, right. Speaking of Game of Thrones, the showrunners that were on the show are on Game of Thrones showrunners.
Yes.
David Benioff, maybe that's how you say it.
Okay.
And D.B. Weiss. They were going to do a Star Wars trilogy, and that no longer is happening.
They'll get somebody different, but
right.
Yeah.
It just looks bad for the slate of directors that have been hired.
I think there's been some directional challenges with the Star Wars.
For sure, yeah.
I think that they're trying to course correct by bringing on the first guy that did the first new Star Wars.
It's like a Marvel problem. Like they hired these directors to have bring their vision on, but yet it's gotta hit the bullet points that Lucasfilm wants, and I think that's why they did the Solo big.
But hell, even when Lucas did his second trilogy, people had problems with it, but they didn't have as much problems because it was still Lucas.
Yeah, fans are strange.
People will love Lucas till the end of days. I mean, he made just.
But they hated him though before these new trilogies. Most of them did. They hated him because of the prequels, and then when these new films disappointed, they were like, "Oh, they should have consulted with George." Like, do you guys even know what you want? Like,
right.
Come on. I think there's a good balance there, and I think that's what they're doing now.
Like, people would rather have Jar Jar Binks back than these new trilogies.
I didn't think Jar Jar was that terrible. Like, yeah, some of the stuff was really stupid.
He was a product of the time.
If you're a kid, yeah.
He was that over-the-top, goofy guy that I think, a lot of people wanted, because these 90s movies were just rounding out, and you kind of had, the Seth Green and all those guys making the, American Pie movies. So Jar Jar enters Jar Jar Binks.
Right.
What was it? Didn't Michael Jackson want to be Jar Jar Binks or something like that?
Yeah.
That would have added an extra creepy touch.
I did read something about Lucas kind of did a dick move. I would say if it went down this way, he was talking with Jackson to do it, and then he took the actor they ended up hiring to the Michael Jackson concert backstage and introduced Michael to, hey, he's playing Jar Jar Binks.
You know what, though? The history of Michael Jackson, right? Well, Paul McCartney was his friend, right? And he told him the best thing you can do is buy rights to music. So what does he do? He goes and buys the rights to all the Beatles music.
Well, he probably let that out of the bag too. Like, hey, I don't own my own rights.
Yeah.
I was like, you're kidding.
Oh, this is horrible.
Who does?
I better write somebody about that.
I was writing a check. Like, no, just a note. Yeah. Yes. So going back to these showrunners, they probably would have done a pretty good trilogy. A lot of people speculate that they were fired or that left the project. The reasoning they say is because their schedule is full. They did sign a Netflix deal after they did the Star Wars thing, so they kind of pissed off people there. I would think that's true. Kathleen Kennedy.
Are we going back to this era where you sign on to a studio for X amount of years, X amount of movies, and then once that's done, then you can sign on to any other studio you want?
Well,
it sure seems like it.
The thing is, these showrunners usually, when they tackle something, they just devote their whole time to that one thing.
Yeah.
When they agreed to do Star Wars, I think that was the idea, that they were going to put 100% of their attention on it. And then they did this Netflix thing, and they were going to do them both together.
Oh.
And there's also talks that Netflix was going to make them be present during production of whatever shows they were involved with.
Spread them too thin. Maybe they got told, hey, you need to choose one or the other.
But I think it was bad for Lucasfilm. I I would imagine, just because, like, hey, I made a deal with you. You didn't turn around and made a deal with these people. Now we got to work with scheduling, all this stuff. So there's all kinds of things in the mix. Also, some people say it's because the Game of Thrones finale, that pissed a lot of people off, which I don't know. That maybe had a factor, but they produced.
Who knows?
They produced many seasons of that show.
Yeah.
So of course, they.
I absolutely don't get the 1 year off rule or why they even did it.
Oh,
it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot why they did that as well.
There's really no.
It was even a shorter season, right?
Right. They reduced it down to 6 episodes, but they were like.
Were you happy with the ending?
And I'm still stuck on season 5.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't.
Well, to be continued.
Yeah. I'll let you know though. I heard there were a lot of production mistakes or things missed in
Starbucks Cup.
Starbucks Cup. A couple other things.
There was something
Just
else too.
kind of the lackadaisical feel of
maybe
one episode being extremely too dark to see. People pissed off about that. But yeah, just things that should have been drawn out a little bit more were just ended quickly without explanation.
Well,
killing the Ice King, was just one stab. There wasn't like this big battle or anything like this. It was just ding, and then it was done. And then, I kind of figured that was going to be the last episode.
Like everything
building
took time to build,
right?
And they ended it like it's
right.
It's kind of like it's all together. It kind of felt maybe like we haven't seen it, but remember how the prequels ended? It was so quick how everything went down. Anakin turned, Padme got choked out, causing her to go into trauma, and she had the babies. Mm-hmm. They named the babies all while all this other stuff's going down, and evacuations, and then it was just like everything thrown in at the last.
It is the darkest of the series, though. PG-13.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I hate when things end that way. They should end the way they were kind of built up.
Yeah,
it's like
make a 2-parter, or
like really everything went down in one day. Is that how we're playing this? Like, come on. Yeah,
powerful.
Especially with Star Wars, where it's going, so everything had to fall in place. Star Trek recently did the same thing, which I wasn't a fan of. If you're a Discovery watcher, it's a whole other show basically. But speaking of production mishaps and all that, the showrunners were at a con last weekend, and they rarely make public appearances. I guess it was the Austin Film Festival.
Okay.
So it wasn't a con, it was a film festival. Anyway, they're very candid about their whole Game of Thrones experience, basically saying like they really weren't qualified from the get-go, and they kind of failed upwards and depended on the costume designers and the actors to up their game to help the show be successful. I guess they had a failed pilot even. HBO allowed them to proceed with another pilot, and they did a full series order, of course. So, a lot of people are thinking, was it really, did they deserve to get this nice fair shot? Was it a fair shot? I don't really know, but I think the biggest outcome was it didn't seem like they realized how lucky and blessed they were. I guess
they just got a little cocky.
Very cocky, yeah, and maybe admitted too much. So I guess if you put that with the finale, all that, and maybe with the final season, everyone else involved were like, you know what? Let's let these showrunners take the helm. And maybe that's not to say, the Starbucks thing was their fault or whatever, but everything's just kind of cooking at the same time, and of course it just gives way to a lot of speculation. So who knows if they really left the Star Wars project or they were fired. I think it was probably a mutual feeling like, we don't want you around, let's go. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but yeah, that does suck when it really seems like they can't really offer advice. They're just lucky. So unfortunately, won't get a Star Wars trilogy for them, but going forward, I think they'll have the Netflix projects.
They won't be without work.
No, unless they totally just fall flat creatively, But I think they still get a payout even if I wonder that too. Well,
I've never understood that. You and I get fired from a job, we're done with our pay. They get fired from their job, they get a severance somehow.
and I think
we're just talking about it, you know?
I don't know. Well, these guys quit. So I wonder, like, if Disney was like, if this went down, Disney was like, we want to fire you. So if we fire you, we'll give you a payout. But if you publicly say you're leaving the project, we won't give you a payout, but you won't have that fired on your resume. So I wonder if that was kind of laid out. They decided to leave to make things look good. Who knows? But I do wonder, since they did put time, I think a little time in developing what trilogy they were going to do. This trilogy was going to start, I think, in 2022.
But it was going to be completely different from what we already had.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So they were already, I think they were even talking with Lucas, and they were writing. So I'm sure they'll get paid for that work. So, yeah. I don't know. Star Wars really, I think they make it too complicated, honestly, you know?
I think there was this overdrive, though, to make it that way because of what's been said.
Right. They basically did the WB thing where they were trying to catch up to Marvel. They wanted what Marvel was doing. They built that universe that took time.
Right.
And
but nobody wants to take the time.
Right. And also, I don't think they've been really good at expanding the universe other than Rogue One, I guess, even though the Death Star's still in that damn thing. Mandalorian looks finally to be something people really want to see.
Well, you've got some big time advertising behind that, and it looks amazing.
It does look amazing, and they brought in some good creative people. And Jon Favreau, I love him. He's such a good filmmaker.
Can he do anything wrong though?
No, I mean, Iron Man 2 was a little weak, but I think
that was during the writer's strike, though.
No,
it wasn't.
It was. I don't think it was. They did have a different writer, but Marvel was really pushing the Avengers, and so they made him put in a lot of characters that, weren't really organically, placed right. I think it was kind of rushed. But that first Iron Man movie is amazing. I love that movie so much, and him involved with Star Wars. I think he could be the next big deal for them, for sure. I mean, I'm sure he already is. That is one good thing, though, about these Game of Thrones showrunners stepping away, is Kevin Feige. His trilogy might get, well, I don't know if he's doing a trilogy, but his Star Wars produced movies will probably get to come out sooner.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, you're absolutely right, though. The writer's strike happened in 2007. Iron Man 2 was 2010, so...
Right.
It wasn't.
Nope, I don't think it was just Marvel. It's like they had a mandate because if you don't have Iron Man 2, then Avengers is not really set up too much.
Yeah.
After Iron Man 2, you had Thor.
It felt like Iron Man was its own thing with no sort of crossover capabilities, and then Iron Man 2 you kind of introduced some people into the mix, and now it started feeling like, okay, we can do a lot more with this.
Yeah, it's like they kind of went against what Iron Man 1 set up. Like, that has been kind of a big misdirect. Like, it seemed like Tony really loved his dad in the first one. I mean, he loved his dad, but the first one it seemed like his dad was bad, all that. The second one, it's like, oh, he is a piece of shit, he never thought I was good enough.
That was a tad bit of course correction because people were calling foul that they didn't broach Tony's alcoholism and
right, which would would have taken
past.
Dark paths, and I think there's some deleted scenes. I think the first one where there was some of his alcoholism addressed. But yeah, I was really hoping we would, we got to see Yensel, the guy who saved his life in the cave.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would kind of do a nice homage to him somehow, like Tony Stark would open a facility in his name.
Yeah, that's kind of too bad. I didn't think about that, but he really helped him a lot.
You had the Iron Man 3 cameo that Tony
did he?
Drunk. Yeah, it was at the beginning of when he met the scientist. Tony met that scientist at that New Year's Eve party, and yeah, he bumped into him. This was before the Cape, obviously. Yeah, it was very played off as comedic. So I don't know. It was kind of it was cool, but it was like Iron Man 3 is really, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that film. It's just kind of its own thing.
Kind of felt like the end of the Iron Man sagas.
Yeah.
Like
The first one was done so well, though.
Right?
I don't know.
The second one was pretty good.
Yeah.
The third one was just like, no.
It was all right. I think it made most money. It made $1 billion. And I think it's because of Avengers. It was the first one
It was the one that we were all excited to see because we were all like, yes, he finally made the Hulkbuster costume, but he didn't. He just made no.
Yeah, and he started, and then they expanded how
his nanotech really came into play there. With like things.
It was getting there. Yeah, like it was still like it had to like magnetize to his. Whenever he shot those things in his arm, it had to magnetize. But I'm still not on board with the nanotech. I just don't think they pulled that off too well. Like I get it, but it seemed like a huge jump from actually.
Well, look at how many years we're talking about in cinematic history.
Yeah, I mean it's all fake. I get it. I'm not trying to, but I think they started with a lot of realism and they kind of got into that. We're just throwing shit at you.
But I think that's the problem, though, is that we've gotten to that point in the comic books where, okay, you kind of have to start from somewhere to get to the point where you can, I suspend belief.
Right, hook people in.
Yeah,
and you can
like Iron Man, you needed like actual pieces to hook together. Yeah. And then internal workings that were small that were maybe, a little bit out of the realm of possibility. Then you move into more like a suit that can be condensed into a very small area that you can put in and build out, and which is awesome, which is something that like a transformer.
It felt, I think the whole nanotech is really the realism. Like it just doesn't feel like that suit actually functions and works. Like I felt that with the original suits.
Like he never goes on to explain how you can take something like that and build it into a solid, strong piece of metal. That would basically mean that anything in his body is basically metal to a greater degree than of his own. And at any point, it can pop out of his skin. So he's going to be in an immense amount of pain. I don't know.
I think there's that.
I am really stretching here.
That has been explored in the comics, but I don't think that's in the movie verse because Black Panther came out before Infinity War, and they introduced the nano thing.
Yeah.
I think, and then all of a sudden Tony had that technology.
Right.
And sometimes I just feel like this is too much. This is too fake. I don't know. I know that sounds stupid, but
like his body moving from, like all the armor moving from one side to the other.
I don't know. It's kind of become like a cartoon. I
mean, we could pick it apart for days.
That's my only complaint.
Yeah.
I like everything else, but I like the actual armor. I mean, hell, even Rescue had an actual suit. She didn't have any nanotech to her.
She was a Gen 1 suit at best.
Right. But I guess wrapping up, we have each of us has something to share.
Yes.
You had a birthday recently, which we talked about.
Yeah.
Tell us about your cool surprise you got.
Well, what was that? Wednesday was the 30th? Yeah. So anyway, I get a birthday card from my wife, and she says, "Hey, we're gonna go out to dinner," and then after that, make sure at the very beginning of the day, she goes, "Make sure you're dressed up and you meet me and all that stuff." So we go out to a great restaurant in town here called Django, owned by one of the top chefs in Des Moines here.
Kind of
trying to name it off. It's French cuisine.
Oh, okay. I've had that, not that place.
Yeah.
We've made a French cuisine.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So they used to be located in the old Hotel Fort Des Moines, and then they moved over off the locust there. Great place, great place. George Romeo, I think is his name. If anybody knows him, it'd be neat to do an interview with him because he seems like a fun guy. He's got Zombie Burger, and then he's also got Centro, and he's got some notable restaurants here.
We're kicking off Field of Geeks specials. So we could totally.
That would be awesome, like a food version, like Field of Food.
Yeah, we're just like, I'm still working on it. But for instance, I interviewed my grandpa about his fireman experience.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a real heroes thing, but Field
that's
of
cool.
Geeks can be so much, and I think we're trying to expand that. We're having a network now.
Yes.
We have a lot of other content, but we could shoot for that.
Yeah,
sure.
so
Zombies got zombie burger in there, so
that's
geeky.
something. Yeah. So not to go off too much, but anyway, I get the card and it says you're going to go see Mystery Science Theater Live 3000. I've always been a big Mystery Science Theater fan. Probably the same as Steve has been. It started as a local access program in Minnesota, of all places, so it's kind of close to the Midwest.
Sure.
But then it went through its iterations. Joel was the first kind of guy that took it to. I think it started on Comedy Central, then it went to Sci-Fi, and then it kind of went off the air.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
They had that movie back in '95, I think.
Right.
Right at the height of their popularity.
And the interesting thing is that throughout it all, there's always been this core fan base. It's just got this underground following so strong. And so when I came in, it was still on Comedy Central, and Joel was there, and they were doing that, and my mom and I would laugh and watch it. I mean, they're just terrible movies. And then they add their own comedy to it, which makes it even better because you're not even caring about what the movie is. But anyway, so we get there at the Civic Center, and Joel's the actual guy, so they brought the original guy back to do it. And I didn't realize that was Joel, because I know that Netflix had their own little mini-series of that.
It's a follow-up series.
Yeah, and it's not the same guy either.
No.
So that threw me off, but they still have this...
Ray, I believe.
Yeah, they still have Tom Servo, Pro, and then what was the vacuum? Yeah, it was some
vacuum dude.
Yeah, it was Ruby or something like that. So we watched that. It was a very interesting movie. It was this German that escaped from. He was a German Nazi or something like that went over to England and killed a guy to start a circus. It's just terrible. And the Nazi guy was this plastic surgeon, and he would just randomly off people that he didn't want in the show anymore. It was just absolutely hilarious. But the great part is that the production was so cheap that instead of actual animals for the zoo, like the circus shows, they had like men dressed up in bear suits, and so you'd see like, how that extra flap of like cloth kind of hangs down those suits. You'd see that when they would try to do things, and it's just terrible. But it played along perfectly for the live show, and it was just absolutely hilarious. It was a lot of fun.
So they played that movie?
Yeah, so they played the movie. Unfortunately, you didn't get the
silhouettes.
The silhouettes in the background like you would like if they were taking a drink out of a pop or something. One of them.
But it was audio though. I mean,
yeah.
Here.
Oh yeah. So you could hear everything. So they kind of sit off to the side on the stage, and they'd be watching the movie, and then they'd do their little sticks. There's one part where this lady was staring at a poster signed for the carnival, and then all of a sudden she rips it off really, really vividly, or really angrily, and I think Joe goes, when she's ripping it off, "I wish I could read!" I busted out laughing on that one.
Oh my god.
So, Allie had never been a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. She'd always just kind of listened to it in the background, but she goes, after that, I absolutely loved it, so we went back home and watched a couple of episodes, but...
That's because I think you paid to be there.
Yeah.
You're in the audience.
Right.
Like, you're in it. Mm-hmm. So, at home, you have all these distractions.
Right.
Or, you do other things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that definitely probably, the whole time she probably was a fan, she just give it a shot because she's just like, hey, it's something you like, whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, no, really it was a ton of fun. They're still doing the tour. It's Joel's last part of the tour, I should say. I don't know if they're going to continue on or if it's just kind of like going to end next year or the next year. But
Steve was there too, right?
Yeah. Steve was there. I didn't realize it until the very end. He was a couple rows closer to the stage than I was, but hopefully he got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll ask him next time.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Well, he's he's like I've said before, he's like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He doesn't always show up.
Mm-hmm.
Try to just kick someone's ass in the alley. Or a Green Lantern.
Oh yes.
But yeah, definitely missed. And, that sounded like you had a great time.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was one of those things where you didn't know you wanted to do it until you actually did, and then you're like, that was amazing. That was a lot of fun. So I got a Mystery Science Theater 3000 t-shirt live and all that stuff out of it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's great. What did you eat? What kind of foodie?
Hold
At
on.
the French restaurant. I'm just curious.
Let me see here. So I had pork with pickled cabbage that had some apples in it, and that was what I had. It was like a pork chop medallion bone-in. It was cooked really, really well. We had escargot for an appetizer and Brussels sprouts on the side. So
It's escargot.
snail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I probably skipped that.
No, you're fine. It's one of those things that I never thought I would like.
Yeah.
But like anything that's seafoodish, it's always funny because even the people who really like it say, "Oh man, you're gonna have this with a shit ton of garlic and stuff." So it's always got a ton of garlic, which I love, and then it's just cooked in butter. So it literally by the time you get it, it just tastes like meat instead of anything else. So
I'd like deep fried mine, please.
yeah, so I mean, the only thing you get is that stigma in your head. Oh, I'm eating a snail. But once you put it in your mouth, it's just like, oh, garlic and butter.
You're like,
Woo!
I'm French. I would be like, I'll have your SpaghettiOs.
Yes, your finest can of SpaghettiOs
Yes.
from Mr. Chef Excellence.
Yes. I'm a big fan. And they're like, yeah, we're going to add some extra ingredients here. Chef, where? No, not this restaurant.
Mr. Chef Boyardee.
My compliments. Your Franks and SpaghettiOs is
Yes.
delicious.
Delicious.
Can't. Exquisite.
Turtle.
5 stars.
So you got to see Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Well, my wife, she surprised me months ago with this trip that we took. It was the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot Roadshow.
Oh,
They're
wow.
still going around the country.
Are they?
I got a T-shirt that's got all their dates on the back of it, and man, they're
Are they booking it?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was in Riverside, Iowa, which is the future birthplace of Captain James C. Kirk.
Nice.
Big deal.
Nice.
I've been there before to see the birthstone. I guess that's what you would call it. It's not a gravestone, but there's a stone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really cool. And then there's like this nice painting of the Enterprise in space on this fence next to it. It's behind this like barber shop, yellow building. It's kind of just like secluded, but really cool. So obviously that was an extra treat there. You know, we get to go see that, and they have a Voyage Home Museum in town, which shows all kinds of. It's about their town's history, but it's a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Autographs and all that other sorts. But so yeah, that was the plan. That day when we went up there, we were going to do that first.
Yeah.
Then we were going to check into our hotel. We didn't check into our hotel until like 4, but there was a possibility for early check-in. So the event was going to be at the Riverside Casino and Golf Resort.
Now, Riverside, where is that located?
It's like 2 hours away. It's right,
Okay.
I think it's close to Iowa City.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. We stopped at the outlet mall before.
Oh,
we got
sure.
there,
Sure.
which is in
Williamsburg?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. That's where I got my Fedora.
Sweet.
Yeah. I was pretty excited. I finally found that Fedora at 15 because Target and every place.
Yeah, you got the one size fits all.
I bought them before, and they this was a mistake.
Crap
I had to
out.
pull it down. Of course, I showed Joey after I got back, and he was like, "Oh, you're a brony." I'm like, what? He's like, that's what bronies dress like. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, whatever, dude. Fedora's been around forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got up to Riverside, decided to try the early check-in. So we went to the casino and golf resort hotel we were going to stay at, and I was underneath the overhang step went in to see if we could get it done. I don't know why. It's weird we didn't call. It's just kind of like, well, we're not in a big hurry because the event wasn't until 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
The doors open at 7. We got up there. I think we got up there 2 o'clock maybe. Anyway, I'm under the overhang waiting for her to come out, and I just thought to myself, it'd be really weird if Kevin Smith arrived when I was here, and I actually I think I was getting ready to check his Instagram to see if he was in town. And a car pulls up. I'm by the Valley parking area, so a car pulls up on my left. On my peripheral, I saw it. And so I turned towards it. It's freaking Kevin Smith getting on an SUV with his people.
No, black car? Or?
Yeah, it was like an Escalade, I think. Maybe. Or like a GMC, whatever they're called. Big blackish.
Yukon?
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been that. And I knew it was him because the backwards cap.
Oh, yeah.
And he wears this purple blazer now, mostly.
Oh, he's not wearing hockey?
No, he stopped that. Since he's dropped the weight, but it's actually a good look. He wears like a t-shirt underneath, and he wears a blazer.
Oh,
The blazer's always decked out in something.
Sure.
Yeah, so he's wearing his purple one, and it's really good.
Dude's lost a ton.
Yeah, well, and he had to, so it's a
Yeah.
good thing he did what he could have. It was like 80% chance of dying.
Yeah, he had the Widowmaker, I believe.
Yeah, he's very lucky, very lucky. But yeah, he looks great, and it was crazy to see him in person. I was in my car though, and I didn't get out to say hi. I so badly wanted to because he
He took
inspired.
the high road.
Yeah, well, he inspired me to do this along with other podcasters, but he was the one in the beginning, because he really encourages people to, if they want to do something, he need to do it. And he was on his phone. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh, sure.
He walked right in front of my van. It was so weird. And I've seen him at performances before, but I've never been that close. And it was really crazy. But anyway, I get on my phone to call Steph to check, ask her what, are we going to check in or not? And I was going to ask her, did you see Kevin? And as I did that, she came out. This is after Kevin went in. She came out and she had that big on her face, like, did you see that? And we're kind of talking on the phone, yeah, it was crazy. And they're like, why are we talking on the phone? You're right there. So we were able to check in early, so we parked, went in. I saw one of the ladies that walked in with him by the elevators. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was really hoping I'd bump into him again and get my chance to say something or maybe get a picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, got up to our third floor we were staying at, went down the hall. The dude that was with him as well, he was coming our way. He was coming from these 2 large doors at the end of the hall, which was probably a suite.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So I think Kevin was actually staying on the floor. We were like 4 or 5 rooms away from
Oh,
him.
cool.
So every time we left our hotel room, I kept looking down that hall, hoping to see he would be coming out. I don't know. I just was like, I felt like I blew my chance, but he was on the phone, and I didn't want to piss him off. So I didn't want to be one of those pricks,
Yeah.
So anyway, we got to just relax around the hotel and casino. I am really sensitive to smoke.
Oh, are you?
Because they have smoking areas, and there's some areas that are just so strong. I'm just not used to it anymore because, you can go out now and
Yeah.
that's mostly outlawed, growing up.
Oh, being in a casino? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, there was a non-smoking area.
Mhm.
Smoking. Man, we went to this one place to eat. Oh my God, it was so strong. And we ended up leaving. Because they had like 3 other places to eat. It was a nice hotel.
Yeah.
We gambled a little bit, not too much. Enough to not get addicted to it. Like, oh, we lost money, that sucks. But yeah, we got to chill out there. Then we went to the event room, and yeah, that's when I saw him next. Was on stage. I got a Jay and Silent Bob T-shirt. It's got all the dates I just talked about a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Traveling dates, which are going all over the place. The movie I think is playing now at Jordan Creek.
Okay.
Around here, if you're in town.
Yeah.
Go see it there. I will say, given the event room we were in, it's not a movie theater, so we watched it on 3 projection screens.
Sure.
And it was the sound of the event. It wasn't like a nice surround sound you get in a theater or whatever. So that kind of hurt the experience. And our seats weren't the best. They were the seats they set out and they clicked together, whatever. Not too terrible, but yeah, Steph and I had a lot of fun. We bought some candy before the movie, and this originally was supposed to be them recording Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and then they were going to show the movie.
Yeah.
I would have been like a 5-hour event. I knew before we went that they did change something up because it was only going to be 3 hours long. Wow, that's not like them at all.
Yeah.
Just talk. So anyway, at the start of the show, Kevin comes out. It's very exciting and cool. And he says, we decided to show you the movie first, and then we're going to do like an hour Q&A afterwards, which I was okay with because that's a long time. And, you know, either way, my ass, I cannot feel it after.
Oh, yeah, when you sit in one of those chairs, yeah.
Yeah. So it was, and we were really scrunched in there. But yeah, I did like the movie. You know, it started, very funny from the start.
Is that the new Jay and Silent Bob that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually saw the new? Okay. I thought they were just doing the original Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
No, I think they may have done a back-to-back one. I'm not sure, but this roadshow tour they're doing is the Reboot movie.
Okay.
They're touring it rather than a wide release because it would cost a lot more money for them to do a wide release because, you know, whatever a budget of the film is, the studio uses that same amount for advertising.
Oh.
They're not doing that. They're just taking it on the road and they're going to gain a profit from that.
Are they still going to release it?
Yeah, like right now, it's at certain theaters. So Joy Creek, it's at that theater now. So I'm very tempted to go see that just to get a better experience. Like, I enjoyed it, but, you know, I would have preferred it in the theater or more comfortable chairs.
Were the parts with Ben Affleck funny in it?
Yeah, it was, sorry. From the start, it was really funny. Like, it was clicking, and
so he hasn't lost a beat.
No, I mean, I will say, Kevin's writing's been rusty since he's been like a full-time weed smoker. I'm not trying to blame the drug. I got nothing.
Now wait a second. Didn't he tell Jay that he had to get off that stuff before he was going to make another movie with him?
Yeah, well,
or was that harder stuff that he was on?
It was harder stuff, but I think Jay stays away from that too. I think Kevin Smith working with Seth Rogen on Zack Berry got him into pot again in a big way. But he says he's very productive with this pot, so
sure.
You know what? Hey, if it works, it works. But to me, I think it does take away.
I've seen people on that stuff; they aren't very productive at all.
Yeah,
they do have a very active imagination.
He's a baker. Says, but
he eats all that weed better.
Well, I just think, it's. I think it affects some of that, writing to me. I'm not knocking it or anything, but
it does promote a very active imagination.
Yeah,
but not like trippy in any way. It's just you become more focused.
Yeah.
But now, if it makes you a better writer, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it could be
whatever
rusty.
Floats your boat.
Yeah, it could be rusty for other things, but there's a lot of familiar faces that popped up, characters. That was a real treat.
How was Val Kilmer?
Quiet, which it's when he got cast. Well, when Kevin approached him, Kilmer was obviously like, I can't really talk, and he's like, I got the perfect part for you. You're going to play the new Silent Bob or the new Blunt Man. So he didn't say anything, but it's not really a huge giveaway, but Silent Bob communicates a lot through iPhone, and like he'll be typing this big thing and he'll like pause and make a lot of thoughts about what he's doing, and then he turns it and ends up just being a smiley face. It's a funny gag, and Kilmer did that too.
Oh, nice.
Like, he just did the phone thing and stuff. So basically, Silent Bob now is like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Which is fine. The character has evolved, and the movie's a reflection of what Kevin's been through. His whole heart attack. Like, they even address Silent Bob being a vegan now. There's a lot of cool jokes he used with that. It's pretty funny. And like Clerks 2, where they had that cool analysis of what a true trilogy is, between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. they had this new one for our times, especially basically the difference between reboots and remakes. It was really funny. Jason Lee delivered that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was good. Like, really, everything from the get-go was on par, I thought. Like, the laughs were coming constantly. It slows down in the middle, but they introduce more emotional.
Did they get Selma Hayek back in there, or no?
No.
They got Chris Rock.
They got a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
No, not Chris Rock.
They get Shannon Elizabeth?
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's in the preview. Yeah. Yeah. She's definitely in it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that he's worked with in it. But yeah, it slowed down from the emotional beats, which I understand. I don't want to give too much away about the plot or anything, but if you see the trailer,
The trailer looked awesome.
Yeah, Jake finds out he's a father,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's basically trying to establish a relationship, which his daughter in the movie is played by Harley Smith, Kevin Smith's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and she's becoming a better actress. I think she's coming to her own.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think she did a pretty good job. And, yeah, all the acting was pretty on par. Yeah, and it was a touching film. It kind of felt like it was pushed more about oh, you need to feel this or that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel 100% organic and natural, but it was a quick ride. And
How long is the movie?
well, I don't know. It honestly felt like an hour and a half to me.
Oh, really? That's that short?
But it could have been 2 hours. So, I mean, that's good either way. Like, I felt like the movie, it felt like the ending was rushed. I'll say that. That's what it felt like to me. You get this big build-up, they're on the road, you get introduced to these new characters, and then all of a sudden the end's there, and they're wrapping things up at a rapid pace. It felt like, anyway.
It's an hour and 45.
Okay, yeah, it did feel short. But again, I haven't looked at the original Jay and Silent Bob, but I think that was short too, so it's not really anything out of the norm. But yeah, certain jokes worked very well. Some fell flat. I mean, you're going to get that in comedies and stuff, It's not always going to be on par. I'm not trying to be a snob about it. Like, I enjoy Kevin Smith's work. I'm just being honest, with what I felt. But yeah, there was even some jokes I didn't get at all that people were laughing at. So, because it's the whole VSQ world these movies are made from. Well, this movie picks up with going back into the VSQ. We haven't been there since Clerks 2.
Why the hell does it seem like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a longer movie from what you're talking about? But it's only an hour. It is literally 1 minute shorter.
Really?
Than the movie you just saw. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably my complaint. Is like maybe it should have been a little bit longer because it just felt like we had this build up, and then the ending was rushed a little bit. But it still was a fun ride, and I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of fourth wall breaking, which at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this too much. But then thinking about Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, they did the same thing in that movie, so it does fit with what came before, with those two characters having their own movie, their own journey. But yeah, overall, I did like it. I really did like it, and I almost want to see it one more time in the theater to support it and just get a better, sound. That felt like the soundtrack was always going on while there was dialogue, so it was weird. And I think it was probably the sound system too. Okay. But yeah, overall, it's a good return to form, I think. And I just hope Clerks 3 and Mallrats 2 follow in the same.
I think it will.
But I think that's the plan anyway, because making this movie basically paved the way to make Clerks 3 and Mallrats 2. And he went into all that with the Q&A about why he couldn't get those made before this movie. And then when he did this movie, he partnered up with people who had ownership of those other movies. So it was kind of like a nice, happy
friendship
collaboration. Yeah, they're all like, hey, let's do this and that. Because I think the investors like it. Saban Entertainment put this out. The Power Rangers people. Yeah, they also do other things, but they're very happy, and it's going to make a profit because they're doing the road show tour, and they're selling out like everywhere.
Oh, good.
So you don't have to worry about the whole theater.
Yeah.
shit, you know. But
Right.
yeah. So the USQ still has more to offer, the whole universe, I'm thrilled. So
Good.
I'd go check it out in the theater. I would to support it, and it's not a waste of time. It's got a lot of cool cameos, and it's
Potential,
just
yeah.
to see I don't want to give that away. But like I said, with fourth wall breaking, it goes places where I did not expect. It's not bad. It's kind of a fun surprise. But yeah, there are some really, really funny moments. Yeah, I think his writing's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just to me, it was a little rusty with this, but I think there was so much on the line, and I do think the weed smoking does get in because I think when you're on weed, everything's awesome. And,
That's true. Yeah.
but yeah, Affleck's cameo was great. Jason Lee, just everyone who came back. So Joey Lauren Adams, I think.
Yep.
She was back.
Wow.
So you kind of got a nice. You even got to see Dante. Clerks from the Clerks movies. That was really cool, and even got to see some other people who not everyone knows of. Like Comic Book Men was a series he produced, and those guys were in there. Yeah, it's really fun. And Hot Topic was brought up in the movie because they're rebooting Silent Bob Exists in This World. The movie does. And rebooting it, and so they have this Chronic Con, which is like Comic Con, Chronic Con, and that's where they end up going at the end. And it's not a giveaway; it's all in the preview. But they go there to like stop it. But so they have this whole like merchandise thing going on. They have like a Hot Topic. So I think if you go to Hot Topic right now, there's actually some merch you can get. So yeah, it was a really fun event, and yeah, my wife. Our wives are both like really great with surprising us with things. And she wanted to surprise me like right before, but she couldn't wait. So we knew this for months. But it was a fun trip. It was a really fun trip, and had a lot of fun traveling and things. And we the next day we went to Riverside Town and got a picture by the bronze statue. We saw the museum. Really cool experience. There's like a bridge set in the museum.
Oh yeah.
High school built.
Oh cool.
And so I could sit in the captain's chair.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun, and I was just wondering the whole time, like, is Kevin going to come by? And I think they came by earlier because they later posted photos.
Oh cool.
And they were like the same spots I was at. And I was like, God damn it! It was so cool to see him. But yeah, I felt like I missed out. But yeah, maybe I'll give him a chance someday. I just wanted to. Well, that's one more thing I'll say is after the movie, they had the Q&A. They had the mic set up. At the end of my row, I had an opportunity. I really got onto that mic. There was no line yet.
Yeah.
I hesitated, but I just didn't have anything in my head.
Right, yeah.
And I don't want to come off like an asshole. Some people did say that. Some people really got into like self-promotion.
Yeah.
Which I didn't want to do that. And I was only going to say, you inspired me to start a podcast. I wasn't going to say the name unless they asked. But I didn't want to be like that. I just wanted to say thanks. All that. So Kevin, if you're listening, thank you for everything. Come on sometime if you'd like. That'd be great. But it was a fun experience. So, yep. That's all I really have.
Sweet.
I don't know if you have anything else.
I don't. That's a wonderful note to end on. So nice that you got to round that out.
Yeah. So later this weekend, I'm hoping to catch Terminator for our next show. Talk about that. And definitely see James Bob. So, yeah.
Sweet.
So with that, we'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Mitch.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, everybody.